Everyone thinks digital comics are strangling your local comic shop. You might as well say the internet killed libraries, right? Wrong. That narrative, it's a profound oversimplification, a delightful distraction from the real villains lurking in the shadows. What if I told you that digital comics, those supposed assassins of ink and paper, are actually expanding the entire comic book industry? And what if the real threats to your beloved brick and mortar stores have nothing to do with whether someone chooses a webtoon over a physical issue? Stick around because we're about to expose the shocking truth straight from an in-depth report on the subject. This is Comical Opinions, and today we're dissecting the myth that digital is destroying print. For years, the loudest voices in the room have screamed about the digital threat. The idea is simple. Every digital comic sold is a physical comic not sold, a zero-sum game. You know, like choosing between a sensible sedan and a self-driving motorcycle. Only one can win. This common opinion that digital comics directly threaten the existence of comic book shops is strong, pervasive, and frankly, a bit lazy. But here's where things get interesting. According to the report titled Digital Comics versus Print Shops that we've put together, and this is our bold aha moment, digital comics are not killing print shops. They are expanding the market and highlighting systemic issues within the print distribution network. The report's central finding reveals the relationship isn't adversarial, it's symbiotic. Both digital and physical channels are showing growth. It's not about cannibalization, it's about cultivation. So, if digital isn't the Grim Reaper, what is it? It's the ultimate showroom. The report calls digital platforms, particularly webtoons and subscription services, a crucial discovery mechanism. Think about it. A new reader stumbles upon a captivating story on a webtoon app, gets hooked, and then what do? They want the physical collection, the deluxe hardcover, the tangible object for their shelf. Digital converts casual browsers into dedicated collectors, funneling them toward those high-value physical purchases. The report explicitly states, and I quote, "Digital comics are not simply cannibalizing print sales, they are cultivating new audiences, introducing new storytelling formats, and serving as a crucial showroom for publishers that ultimately drive high-value print purchases." This isn't just a theory, it's happening. Digital is the gateway drug and print is the lifelong addiction. But if digital is actually a friend, then why do so many comic shops seem to be struggling? My friends, this is where the real story unfolds. The report unequivocally states the true challenges facing the physical comic book industry are not new competitors in the digital space, but long-standing systemic problems that have recently been exacerbated. These aren't fancy new digital demons, they're the dusty, rusty gears of an outdated system. Let's list a few examples, alright? First of all, we have the fragmentation and fragility of the distribution network. Imagine a spider web where half the strands are snapped. That's the distribution network, and we saw this most painfully and recently with the bankruptcy of Diamond Distribution. It's convoluted, it's inefficient, and often leaves the shops with delayed or damaged stock. Next, we have external economic pressures. Like the ominous rumbling of an impending storm, these are things completely beyond a shop owner's control. The report highlights rising paper costs and inflation. Paper prices soaring, shipping costs skyrocketing, energy bills going through the roof. These are the silent killers, not a kid reading a comic on their phone. So, with all these actual threats looming, here's a direct provocative question for you. And before we get too much further into it, I want to grab your opinion about something. If print shops aren't truly threatened by digital, and the report seems to bear that out, and I think I can convince you that's the case, but they're more threatened by a broken system, what's your local comic shop doing about it? Are they adapting? Or are they still railing against the ghost of the machine? Let me know in the comments below. So the bad news is the comic shops can't blame digital for their woes and their reduced sales. That's the bad news. But what's the good news? The report offers a clear path forward. It states the long-term viability of comic book shops does not lie in a defensive posture against technology. Running away from the future never works. Instead, it rests on a two-pronged strategy, embracing a hybrid business model and doubling down on their unique value proposition. What does that mean exactly? It really means two major points. First, we have leveraging digital for marketing and e-commerce. Use those digital platforms, not as enemies, but as tools. Market events, sell exclusives online, reach a wider audience that digital comics are already cultivating. Second, strengthening their role as community hubs. This is the magic ingredient. A physical comic shop isn't just a place to buy, it's a place to be. At least it needs to feel that way. Through events, local artist showcases, game nights, and diversified product offerings. More than just new releases, they transform from mere retailers into indispensable cultural anchors. That tactile experience, that shared passion, that community connection, digital can't replicate that. They're not working against each other, they are meant to work with each other to enhance each other in a symbiotic relationship. To sum it all up, the future of comics isn't a battle between formats. It's a future of coexistence where both the tactile experience of a physical comic and the convenience of a digital comic thrive within a shared, expanding, and interconnected marketplace. The next time you hear someone lamenting the death of print at the hands of digital, you'll know the truth. Digital is often its best ally, while the real problems lie elsewhere, like distribution, physical constraints from power, resources, and money, and all the things that go along with external pressures. The industry isn't shrinking, it's evolving and becoming something new. But that evolution demands that its stalwarts evolve with it. Those who choose not to adapt to the future in front of them will get left behind, and that's unfortunate. If you found this deep dive enlightening and you appreciate an authoritative, honest, and fair look at the comic industry, then do yourself a favor and subscribe to Comical Opinions right now. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next expose. We're here to cut through the noise and give you the real story. Now, go read comics, but read wisely. I'll see you next time for more Comical Opinions.